Alright guys, it's Omega Biozak here, and I have to apologize. I haven't been, keeping up with this lately ever since around Christmas. Uh, the winter isn't really a good time for me. My allergies are all awful. I can hardly breathe right now, but I figured it's been so long since I've uploaded and recorded, I might as well do it now. But, yeah. Sorry, I don't even remember where I was on this. So, yeah. Let's continue, shall we? Uh, I think we were just about to go into this hole. Uh, no, wait, no, we fell into it. That's where I left off because, of course, I would. I would leave it off at a cliffhanger. But okay, let's continue. The fall isn't a long one, but when I hit something a few seconds later, it hurts like hell. The wind goes rushing out of me when I hit, and a sharp pain flies through me. What the hell? I say once my breath is back. Beside me, Dennis is slowly rolling over to get to his feet. I look up and see the hole in the ground where we fell through. It looks to be about 10 feet over our heads. It's completely dark, but there's a small flicker of light further into the cave ahead of us, and a solid wall of rock behind us. Looks like the only way out are further down the cave, or up through the way we fell in. Dennis might be able to boost me up there, but with his injury, I'm not sure how stable he is. He might drop me. Uh, well, considering the name of the game is Buried, I kind of get a feeling that trying to climb out might not be a good idea, so I'm just gonna continue heading down the cave. I decide we better not risk hurting ourselves trying to climb out. As we turn to head into the cave, I take a closer look at the light further ahead and realize it's artificial. We both start heading towards it instinctively. As we step into the light, panic gently gnaws at me because what I'm seeing makes absolutely no sense. It's no longer a cave or hole. It's a long, sparsely lit corridor. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've been in something similar to that, sort of. But yeah, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm testing out my new microphone. It's a massive corridor. In fact, it seems to go on forever. This corridor is mostly dark, with emergency lights every 10 feet or so. I turn to my left and see that there's a door which appears to lead upward to the outside, but it's locked tight. I push as hard as I can, but no luck. Dennis, help me with this, I say. He comes over and we both try to kick the door open, but it doesn't budge. For some reason, someone doesn't want people getting out of here. Looks like we're headed down the hallway. Ooh, I think I heard something moving. Background noise. I'm gonna tiptoe quietly because I feel like I don't want to alert anything, but chances are they probably already noticed. But just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna tiptoe. I feel like a ghost, like I truly have no business being here. Dennis leans on me for support. We move slowly, our feet not making a sound. If anyone's in here, I want to make sure they don't hear us. We tiptoed forward as softly as we can. As I carry Dennis to the far end of the otherwise featureless place, I see a flight of concrete stairs leading down. I have to set Dennis down on the floor. His weight is killing me. Dennis, are you okay? Stop worrying, man, he says. I'll be okay. I need a minute to rest. But looking at him, I'm not so sure. I can still hear the ringing noise every so often, coming from somewhere in here. I look ahead at the concrete stairs, sorry, pointing towards them so that Dennis sees them. Can you make it down those stairs, I ask? He stands up slowly and is visibly making an effort to not fall back down. Yeah, he says, and sounds a little a little irritated. He starts for the stairs without me, and I have no choice but to follow. We approach the stairs, and by just looking at them, I get the sense that we're crossing some sort of line here. There may very well be no going back. I... Well... Either they're gonna both die before they reach the end. Someone's gonna die, and one of them will just make it. They somehow miraculously both make it out if I play my cards right. So, let's continue. Sorry about my allergies, by the way. Ooh, a rusty old staircase. As I head down the stairs, I notice that they look aged. That damned ringing noise is somewhere below, louder than ever. I feel like I'm walking down into the cellar of a haunted house, the light becoming scarce as the stairs take a slight turn. I can feel the temperature drop. Dennis makes it a few steps down before he's leaning on the wall, his breathing like he's just finished a marathon. Alright. I feel like it would be a bad idea, but I'm gonna pause and give him a break, because, I would want to. Let's take a break, I say, putting my hand towards his shoulder to help steady him. Dennis lets out a sigh. Thanks, I don't feel too great, boss. As we both squat down on a stair, my mind seems to lock in on the unknown fate of the rest of my crew. Frank is married, and I've met his wife a few times. A nice woman with a huge laugh. My heart sags a bit when I realize I might never again get to hear him belting out classic rock tunes during the lunch break. Joe, well, I don't know too much about him. He's 22 years old, and is considering community college. His folks are deadbeats, so he's been providing for himself since the age of 16 or so. Maybe I could still find them, and still get to hear Frank singing in his deep, baritone voice after a few too many drinks. After a few moments, Dennis says, "Alright, let's keep going." We both stand up, leaning on each other. I have to make Dennis stay behind me as I stick my foot out in search of the next step. I can't help feeling like a little child as a very powerful fear seizes me. I'm expecting a monster to reach out of the darkness, slicing into my throat. After what feels like forever, we come to the bottom of the stairs. We're closer to that ringing noise now. A door sits securely in the wall and looks just out of place down there, as I feel. A door sits securely in the wall and looks just out of place down here, as I feel. A silver of light seeps through, illuminating the area. The door has what looks like a panel with lots of labels and lights. Small, embossed print above the panel says, Level 1 Entrance Gate, Transport Sector, and there's a button with no label. Okay, let's be honest. Oh wait, I can either push the button or inspect the panel. If I can inspect the panel, either I'll be able to push the button later on, or I'll find something that will be better than pushing the button. I just feel like it's a smart choice, so I'm gonna go with that. The panel looks like a diagnostic or alert system of some kind, each label meant to communicate some status. Lockdown engaged, experiment in progress, shutdown engaged. Those all appear to be off, but one of the phases has slowly blinking light next to it, the only powered light on this whole thing. Abnormal entity breach. What the hell? I slowly push the door open where Dennis suddenly steps in front of me, taking the lead. Let's go, he says. I want to find out what the hell this place is. As Dennis walks through, that ringing or beeping or whatever it is gets a little louder. The door closes behind us with a click. I can't help but notice the wobble in Dennis's step as he lets out a grunt. You sure you're healthy enough to keep going, I ask? It doesn't matter. I don't want to be in the woods right now. He seems scared, something I've never seen before. Angry? Yes. Upset? Yes. But Dennis is never scared. The what's so dangerous seems like I'm mocking him because it's kind of obvious, but I don't know what he saw, so I'm gonna ask him. What did you see? I don't know what it was, boss. It was like someone had left a radio on crackling, but we don't have any radios on at the site. It was, I don't know. It was like something in the forest was moving. I give him a doubtful look, and he casts his eyes to the ground, frustrated. I know how it sounds, he says, but I know what I felt. It was like walking into a funeral parlor, feeling death and gloom everywhere. I'd been so preoccupied with my own fear that I nearly forgot about the ringing noise. It had become just a background noise. Ah, we take a few more steps, and I can now see where we were. It makes no sense. Yet another thing that simply seems out of place. The shapes and muted colors of metal are easy to identify, but it just doesn't belong here. Oh, well, that's in chapter 1. Okay. Hmm. Well, respect the dead. You and 36% of players left Tony's body where you found it. Secrets. You and 24% of players hid Tony's death from Dennis. Trust. You and 55 told Dennis you believed his story. Curiosity. You and 25% of players ran away from the ringing sound. Hmm. Alright, I'm gonna check how long this has been on. That, well, since this is a pretty good stopping place, it depends on how long I've been recording. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm gonna leave it off here. And yeah, I feel like this is an okay place to stop. I mean, like, there have been worse. And I'll probably record this next part pretty soon, so expect it later on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed for what this was. And until next time, see ya.